you happen to know who Princess Superstar is?
I don't.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, listen. That's the whole point. This is the whole point. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Pop Culture Klub with K's. My name is Hollis P Monroe. I'm from Philadelphia. I live in Berlin. I used to be a hip hop guy, but now I'm a deep house guy, DJ, producer, all of that good stuff. And below me we have Ultramax 7, and he can tell us a little about himself.
I feel like this is a.
No, she's going to be there.
I know. I'm just saying. I feel like it's a job interview, but
it is.
Ultramax 7. I do a lot of things. I do what I call culture clips, which is video editing. So if you follow me on Instagram at Ultramax 7, you'll get an idea of that. I also interview mainly hip hop artists weekly on a show called It's C-Doc Again. They pulled me back into making music. So now I guess I can't say I rap again. I'm just rapping. And whole host of other things. But Chuck, take it away.
All right. I'm Chucky Oldskool. I'm on Instagram at Keep It Oldskool or on Facebook at Keep It Oldskool. I post mashups of old movies, TV shows, commercials, and mash them together with things that you would normally think go together. I mash them together. I'm based in Philadelphia, PA, and I live old school. That's pretty much it.
Yes. And he looks dreamy. He looks dreamy right now.
Look at the white.
It's like Frosty. You
hold the juice. Pause. Hold the juice. Dreamy. Hold the juice.
He said dreamy. Hey, let's get a 20 on that. Let's get a 20.
Not that kind of dream. Not that kind of dream.
I got you.
Bay, you look dreamy as well. Sorry, I don't want to.
Well, I guess that leads me on to me. I'm Bay. I'm from Manchester. I DJ and I've just started producing recently.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. It's hard right now to learn, but it's also the fun part. I'm probably best known for sharing my dad's records on TikTok. He's got an absolutely banging collection, which I now share, which I'm super grateful and lucky to have. And yeah, I've been mixing those records for like the last year, and I love it.
Nice.
Good stuff.
And this is how I discovered you, because I came across you on TikTok. Do you want to put your TikTok handle in your you see how we have our little things?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think that's my TikTok name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MCR?
Manchester.
Oh, see. She's banging on us right now.
That's called a flex. That's called a flex right there.
You want me to get it back? You want me to get it? You want me to? I want that Arsenal.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. So I came across you on TikTok, and then I saw you playing your dad's records.
Yeah.
So was he a DJ at some point, or was he just collecting, or?
So when I've asked him about it, he said that he never played any like clubs or anything. It was just sort of like a bedroom DJ thing. Mm-hmm. But he happens to be really, really good. But he's producing jungle, which he's been doing for like the last 20 years. He's just super obsessed with music theory. Like I remember when I was a kid, he used to get like invigilators to grade him on the piano just for the fun of it. I think but yeah, he's really good, but just does it for the love of it. He's a proper music nerd. So yeah, that's he used to work in a record store as well. So that's why I've got a lot of these records.
Ultramax 7 is also a music nerd. He's like a hip hop connoisseur, foremost authority.
Okay, but let me ask her a question. So, are you into hip hop at all?
I can appreciate hip hop. I'd say I listen to a lot of jungle. I listen to a lot of like acid house. I like euphoric piano house. Yeah, stuff like I'm lonely. You know.
Oh, you heard that?
The drinking game.
You're trying to pass me off. You're the star here.
And I knew he probably slipped that to her. If you could slip down lonely in, I would not be mad at you.
Not pre-planned. I genuinely really love that song, and it's yeah. So it was nice to speak to you and meet you through TikTok and stuff because I love that
cool. Yeah, I think even your father had a different record of mine. I thought I saw it in when you were like flipping through the joints, like the records, and I hit you with some Philly slangs when you were flipping through the records because I think that's what I wrote to you. I was like, "Yo, can you go back?" And she was like, "Dude, I made the video's made. This is go."
Well, I don't think it was one of yours, but it was one that you recognize. I'm still making my way through the crates, so there could be.
Nice.
But yeah.
Nice. Okay. That's
Question:
cool.
When you met him, did he look like the person you thought made that song? When you met, did he? When we hear music, we always envision what people may look like. Did he look like the person that made that song?
If I go off on a tangent, when I first started DJing, I expected people to sort of look like my dad or like people who were older, is what I expected. And then once I started like adding people on Instagram and I realized, oh my gosh, they're like my age, some people that are making tracks and DJing now. So that was something that I kind of had to come to terms with, like, oh, this isn't like an older guy in the corner of a club and that sort of thing, which is how it would be. Now there's a lot more younger people who are making music and DJing. So I guess that kind of warped my perception. So now I like to not have an idea in my head and not really think too much about it.
Well, just so you know, I actually was young once. Like at one point in time, I was young. I didn't
let him
come
lie
out
to
like,
you.
Wow.
He came out with the beard on.
Yeah.
We was in second grade. He had that same beard in second grade. He
came out the womb with a beard.
No,
second grade, same beard.
Right. So we're probably in the age range of your father, actually. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
And so obviously your father was probably your age when he was discovering this music as well, like,
Yeah.
And it's interesting. So one of the first things I was interesting finding out from you was the fact that us three guys, we have this similar experience of discovering music from our parents because they had these albums in their houses or whatever. And even though it wasn't necessarily our generation of music, but this was probably our first experience getting into music.
Yep.
And it's interesting that you did this project, or you probably were doing it and then you decided to, put it on social media or whatever.
Right.
Amongst your peers, because I have this theory that something might have been different if your father didn't have these records. you know, you wouldn't have found this through you know, through your his Spotify playlist or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely something different now. So, like, when my dad was my age, the records that my grandma would have given him, well, I know that she gave him because I've seen them and I've got some, is, you know, like some 70s and 80s, like poppy stuff, like rock and things like that. So, you know, it was a lot harder for him to find things that he really liked, like garage or jungle. But for me, I've just been handed all these records of way more genres and like way better stuff. So that's really nice. And there's also like records that I, like you say, I would have never even known about or been able to find, even if they were on a Spotify playlist. Like a lot of these records, they're not even on YouTube, you know. It's
Right.
you would never get to hear, and it's so nice that, you know, my dad likes the same stuff as me pretty much. Yeah, that's been really nice for sure.
Do you find that because your father gave you these records, like amongst your friends, do they have the same musical taste, or are you putting them up on, music?
I'm putting them onto a lot of yeah, and there's just so many as well. But it's meant that I can explore like artists that I might not have got to otherwise. Like I didn't know before going through these records that like Jeremy Sylvester had like 20 different aliases, and there's loads of records under different people that I would have never normally known about. And a lot of like rare stuff that you probably only would have known about if you were buying stuff in the 90s at the time that was this kind of stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of gems, so it's really cool. I played a vinyl set the other day and I sent it to my dad, and he was like, it's so weird to see like your child 20 years later playing songs that you forgot you had. So
Right.
That's awesome.
yeah.
What I was gonna say, what do you have like a recollection of your dad just playing this music as you were younger, or you just stumbled upon the crates and just started going through them and just putting them on? Or do you have like a memory? Because like my dad loved jazz, and like I have a memory of every Sunday morning of the same 5 to 6 records that he would play. So as I got older, I found myself looking for those records because for the nostalgia factor. So I was asking, do you have like a memory of him listening to those records, or there was just something you just stumbled upon the crates and just started putting them on?
So my dad actually didn't get turntables until I was maybe like 20, like a few years ago, just purely because he wanted to sample some of the records that he's got. So I never really heard him play records or like because he didn't have turntables then. So what I would hear him play was like jungle a lot of the time, which is his favorite. He says he doesn't like house and garage anymore, but his record collection would say. But yeah, I remember him listening to a lot of jungle, and I used to find it really scary. Like heavy bass and like all the drums. So it was something that I never really went out of my way to listen to unless I heard him playing it. And he'd play a lot of like ragga and reggae as well. So I've got like memories of him playing like Supercar and people
Oh
like
wow.
that, which was really cool. But it wasn't until I got a bit older and I started going to raves where like you feel the energy of the crowd and like you can really understand a song from having that energy. So it was something that I explored more once I started going to raves, and then I really, really got into it then. What was the question?
No, you answered it. No, that's you. No, you answered it. No, you good.
I'm gonna, only because you're from Manchester, I'm going to defer to your expertise. But since it started there, you might know better than I. For me, I'm like the cranky old man now, so I think there should be another word for parties. At once we hit 2000, there's no raves anymore. Like raves is 90s and back.
Yeah, like you go into a shopping center at that point.
Yeah, like
You know
well,
what? I
huh?
like both. I do like a big rave and I like an intimate one as well. I like both.
Yeah. But the reason why I am hesitant to use the term rave after the 90s is once you like is there such thing as an underground party? Is there things that people don't know about, like
Yeah.
parties? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there definitely is, but I think the pace that it becomes less underground and more people know about it and it becomes more commercial is way faster than maybe it would have been in the 90s. So like there might be something super underground 1 minute and then maybe a couple of months later because of TikTok, and it's easier to spread information now. So yeah, it very quickly becomes more commercial, but there are still parts that are more underground.
Okay, so there's still an underground.
Yeah, probably not as good or as much, but it's still there. It's
always going to be an underground. There's always
Yeah.
gonna be.
It has to be. It has to be. It's just
Yeah.
harder,
Yeah,
it's just harder to remain underground. You can be underground, but then 10 minutes later it's worldwide. But it's probably harder to be underground than to find the underground place because once 5 people know, it's no longer underground.
Yeah, it was really interesting. I was talking to a DJ here. He's from LA, but he was living in Detroit for a while. He's a techno DJ named Monty Luke, and we had a whole conversation about is there an underground anymore, and like if it would be even possible for anything to be underground, or if and then you have like these DJs or whatever that consider themselves to be underground DJs, and but what is that anymore? You know what I'm saying? Because you can it's I mean, I also do believe that like once you get to a certain age, you just don't really know what's really going on.
I don't.
So.
And I can honestly say I have no idea what's going on. And I'm not afraid to admit that I have no idea what's going on out there at all.
It's probably things going on that you can't tell us. Like it's like don't tell them guys that this is happening. Like we don't want them showing up. We don't want them showing.
And that's right.
Yeah.
I just want you to realize in 20 years, you'll be us talking to some 20-something-year-old, and she's going to be telling you the same thing. 20 years.
And so what about the Beatles? Or did your father introduce you to them, or would you call this pop stuff that
No, my dad's very, very anti-pop.
Okay.
I mean, for him, it's like, it was part of sort of resisting against, that sort of thing. So, like, I've got a Prodigy record. I think it's Full Throttle. And on the back, it says about how they were having to fight not to get arrested or fined, just for playing the music they were playing. So, for my dad to like pop would sort of go against everything.
See,
my dad was like that with R&B. They was like, my mom would say, "Put that on for the kid." I don't want if it wasn't jazz and it wasn't specific jazz, it didn't get played. We'd be in a car, he just would be like, "No, you're not listening to that. You're just not."
Yeah. It's something that me and my friends do now as well. We'll put the radio on if my phone's died or whatever after listening to house or whatever it is, and we're just. I think once you're so passionate about a certain kind of music, it's hard to listen to anything else.
Right on.
Listen, I love that. Don't take this negatively because I'm one, but you sound like a music snob, and I love music snob.
And there's nothing wrong with being a music snob. I am
one. So
yeah, I don't mind talking about not liking pop.
Okay, but hold on. Okay, but you mentioned the Prodigy or whatever, right? So would you consider, like, where do you think the Prodigy fits into this?
Yeah, it's way more on the rock side, but there's a select few that I like, it was quite funny. I'd listen to some of the records that I've got, which are more like on the like old school rave, old school jungle Prodigy. And then I went to a concert and saw them, and I was like, wait, this isn't what I thought it was. And it's
That's
exactly
not what you guys are straying from what made you know. That's not you. That's not you.
yeah, that's
Well,
not who I thought you were.
yeah,
So,
the crossover, like
Yeah.
they kind of I mean, if you listen to the first Prodigy album, Experience, to me, this is like the soundtrack of my rave youth. You know what I mean? Like that's. But then when they got a little bit, with like Firestarter and all this, then it was like a whole other level. And it was kind of the same thing with Daft Punk. So I don't know. Do you consider like Daft Punk to be a pop group?
I don't know loads about Daft Punk, but
Oh
from
my
what
God.
I've heard, it's on the other side, which I'm not.
Hype down, old man. She don't know that music.
You just
All right.
you
Here you go with this old stuff, talking about the Beatles and stuff like that. Come on, man. Get
no,
with
no,
it.
know,
Get
like
with it, man.
Daft Punk always walk this line. You know what I mean? Like they clearly, yeah, they really like walk the line. And so it's really interesting how big we saw. Oh, let me just go back and say one thing, just for us three. Prodigy played in Philadelphia at the Trocadero,
Wow.
and they said we were the worst crowd they ever played for. Just so you know, just so you know.
Well, being from Philadelphia, that's not really unheard of us being the worst of anything.
Yes. Just
That's
so you
not really news. That's not really news. People not liking our fandom. So, I'm kind of used to that.
What's
Go
wrong with
ahead.
Philadelphia crowds?
They say we're very opinionated, and see, most of our sports teams stank for so many years. So because of that, we became jaded. You'll hear the stories about throwing snowballs at Santa Claus and all of that other kind of stuff. But it's just like we have no problem saying you stink, and some people don't like being said, not being told that they stink.
They're
It's
raucous.
interesting. Yeah, you have like your, like, what do they call them, like the football hooligans or something?
Yeah.
So Philadelphia is kind of like this just all the time.
City
You know
of
what I
it,
mean?
city of hooligans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we're like aggressive with the dislike of the opposing team and all of this. But we had, the rave scene in Philadelphia was a little bit different because I came from the hip hop scene, and I remember going to shows. We had this big venue called the Spectrum and all of that, and just to have an example of Philadelphia, I remember being at, maybe not the Fresh Fest, but one time when Run DMC was playing, and I looked to my right, and then a little fight broke out like right in the corner of like the section, and then it just spread out into the whole section of the venue. And I remember, like, you go to the Spectrum, and kids from the suburbs would be getting dropped off at the Spectrum, and then they just look for a second, and they just get back in the car, and like, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready for this. So when I started going to raves, and people are like hugging each other, hey, what's your name? And all of this, like,
You
I
weren't used to that.
hadn't really experienced this before. So, I want to just say that the rave scene was a little bit, the Philadelphia rave scene was a little bit different than the Philadelphia scene. But
Yeah, because you're saying, hey, what's your name for hey, what you looking at? See, there's two different.
yes,
See, there's two
exactly.
different.
Exactly.
What are you looking at? What's your name?
Yeah, you could step on somebody's sneakers by mistake and not get stabbed and all this. It was really interesting times going to raves. So yeah, but I don't know exactly. I guess we weren't giving it up enough to the Prodigy. We weren't giving them the energy that they wanted, and they gave it to us, so it
But
was interesting.
That might be American crowds in general.
It's
You know,
possible.
because we listen. Like I told you, hip hop in the UK way different than it was in the States. You know,
Mm.
they really
Yeah.
love
Interesting.
their
Probably is
music.
still now. Probably still
Oh,
now. Wait.
absolutely.
One other question. Did your father you said your father didn't have the turntables. Were you interested in becoming a DJ before he had the turntables, or when he got the turntables then you
It quite weirdly happened at a very similar time.
Mhm.
So, like I mentioned, I wasn't really into jungle. I wasn't even really into house music that much until I started going to raves and really discovered house and faster music than what you would hear on the radio. So I said to him that I wanted to start DJing, and my dad's always like, if I've got a hobby, he'd always, if it was painting, here's some paints, see if you like it, see how you go. So I mentioned that I wanted to start DJing, and he was like, what do you think I've been doing the last 20 years? I've got all this stuff. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize, it was for all this. And I was really naive to it until I really started to look into it. And then he said, I've got one turntable to sample, but I'll get another one, and then you can learn how to mix, and I guess you'll need some records to do it. So here you go, and the series was born.
Okay, Dad. That's nice. That's really
That's a
nice.
decent story. I like that.
He's a really cool guy. Yeah.
All right, that's cool. All right, so now going back to the pre DJ Bay, right? Before this, I wanted to ask you about pop culture, since we're not really like a music channel thing or whatever this is, but we are interested in pop culture. Do you I don't even know if you use this phrase. Do you call anything pop culture now, or
Not really.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Turn off the synth.
What comes to mind when I think of like pop culture would be more like internet memes. That's like I'll watch YouTube videos and it'll be talking about like iconic pop culture moments, and it'll be like somebody at an award show being stupid or something. But I guess I don't really hear a lot of people using that phrase.
Do you know Chocolate Rain? That's a running theme for us. Do you know Chocolate Rain?
Yeah.
We didn't know that. Aaron and I did not know that. But you say he knew it. I had no idea about it.
They did. Yeah.
The song.
Chocolate Rain.
We didn't know it.
Tays on day.
Chocolate Rain. We didn't know that. We did not know that.
That's
I thought
all.
it was a skit that he was playing, because he played it for us, and I thought it was something that was made up, and Hollis was flabbergasted that Aaron and I had no idea about. I had never heard it ever.
Yeah. Because this is that's like pop culture, right? So you're aware of this, right? And it would fall into the meme before before they were calling the memes. This is what.
Okay, yeah, I catch your drift.
Right. And I guess I suspect that you don't recognize something as pop culture until you look back at it in retrospect. So
yeah, I guess, yeah.
I think as you get older, you're going to start having memories and events that are tied to music that was out at the time. And then you're going to start thinking of it like, oh, when I was young, we used to,
No, I'm just ignoring the fact that that's going to happen. And I'm just
Yeah, we did too. I did too.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
I
Embrace
don't
it.
think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you believe me,
Blank,
you're
and
always,
it'll be just like that.
it'll be over so fast. Just so embrace your youth. Don't be in a rush to get old, like the song says.
Yeah.
We on our way out of here.
No, it's true. When you think about it, we have less years ahead of us than we have behind us.
Absolutely.
Like it's done for us, right?
This is turning very morbid. This is becoming very morbid.
So when she's going like, so I was talking to these guys, and the one started talking about their dying. Literally, yeah.
They told me I'm gonna die soon.
Not your dad though. Not your dad. He's gonna live forever. Did you have toys? Did you have toys when you were young?
Yeah, I had a lot of like dolls, like kitchen, kitchen-y stuff. Typical stuff.
Is there anything that you think you're going to look back on, and when you see it, in the future, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen one of these in forever."
You know what? There was this doll that came out, and it was special because it could wee. Yeah, there was this baby doll, and it was the first of its kind that you like fed it the milk, and then it would literally wet itself, and you had to change it. I think, I've seen some people on TikTok being like, does anyone remember how weird this doll was? Yeah, probably not. I think it was called Anabell. Yeah.
Anabell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Anabell.
But see, this is what I mean. Like, so this is going to be one of those things.
Yeah. What was yours?
Well, I guess we had like Cabbage Patch.
Cabbage doll.
And we had like
Star Wars action figures. Star Wars. That was huge because they changed the game with those Star Wars action figures in the late 70s.
He's like, what? Star Wars?
Running around in the early 2000s, running around looking for a Tickle Me Elmo doll for my oldest, and that was the Elmo. It was sick. You had to have a Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah.
Tickle Me Elmo. It wasn't the Elmo. You had to have a Tickle Me Elmo.
Oh yeah, you would, and it would laugh. You
would tickle it, and it would, which is really weird when you think about it.
But
now.
it wouldn't pee. You couldn't tickle it enough, and then it would pee. No.
Tickle We Elmo.
Tickle.
I think we just came up with an idea.
Yeah. I want 10%.
If you tickle it and it lands,
we all in this together. We in this together. We're gonna take it to the top.
You need a doll that you can tickle, and then it will laugh until it pees. That I think that's cool. That sounds like cool. Like a cool idea. So you were learning how to change diapers and everything. They were setting you up to, all right.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it made sense. I went into care work when I finished school, so it kind of prepared me for that. Which I did that for the last 6 years, and then I decided I wanted to do music, and here I am.
Is this going to be your career? Are you planning your career in music?
Currently, it is my career right now. I wouldn't write off going into care again. I feel like it's a good job to be doing, But if I could do music full time, then that's the idea. If I can carry on doing this full time,
Okay.
I'm very interested in. You talked about you were getting into producing.
That's what I was going to ask you about.
Like how how did you discover that you wanted to do that, and how's it going so far?
So I've been DJing like 2 years at this point, and then decided like 9 months ago maybe that I wanted to start making my own music. Just because I keep getting ideas in my head of certain things that I would want to sample, or I could hear what I would add to a tune. So I really just want to get that out of me. Yeah.
That's great.
So you're using, what are you using to produce?
So I've been on FL Studio for the last few months, and then like 2 weeks ago I decided to change to Ableton, and it's just been way easier. I wish I did it sooner, but definitely enjoying FL way more than Ableton rather than FL. Yeah.
This is how I know that we're old. Because what she calls FL, we call Fruity Loops. So that's how I know we're old.
It just gets shorter over time.
Yeah, she said, I'm like, gosh, Fruity Loops. I'm like, oh my God, now I really feel old now.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool that it's the blessing of this whole thing is that you can get this one, you already have the computer probably, and then you just get this software and you can practically do everything on your computer. And
Yeah.
I think your father is probably really grateful for this, because I can tell you when I started making music, I had to have a summer job. I had to have a job, and my mom had to have a job so that we could put it together, so I could get one drum machine. You know what I mean? One drum machine and a 4-track. I think this was like 1,400. I think my first drum machine and the 4-track was like $1,400, and in the 80s, this might have been like $10,000 at that point. I don't know the exchange, but it was like,
Wow.
you know. So
Crazy.
It's
this
so
was
much easier now, I think that's what's the best part of the music now is, and the way you can hear music now is so much easier because when we were your age, it wasn't as easy to hear the music that you can hear right now. Where YouTube didn't exist, there was no YouTube, so you had to go to the Sound of Market or Sam Goody and just spend an hour and just pulling out CDs and listening to them. You could that's how you did it. It's so much easier now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. My dad's definitely trying to push me more to analog. Like, he's got me a little MPC saying, like, this is how we did it in the day and stuff. Trying to get me off the software.
I'm digging your father. Your father is
Yeah.
cool. Your father
Did you
is cool.
see?
He's
Did you
cool.
see the new MP? It's not the new MPC, is it? The
Yeah.
oh, she's got the
She
Oh, wow.
Listen.
She ain't
Listen.
playing with y'all. She's not playing
Listen.
with y'all. Stop.
I got an MPC 2000. That thing's big as the house. XL.
Yeah.
That's like a pocket calculator compared to what we was working with. I mean,
Yeah. It's
Wow.
tiny. But yeah.
That's cool.
that's crazy.
I love that. So have you really have you really dug into it? How are you liking it? The MPC
Oh.
learning curve, steep learning curve.
Oh.
It's, I think once you know how to do it, it's good. But I've been trying to learn FL for like the last few months, and then switched to Ableton, trying to learn that, and then the MPC as well. So I feel like I'm learned out at the minute. But yeah, I think
Learned out.
it's a lot easier to use than I think even like the software, and it sounds a lot better as well.
Okay, so let me ask you: do you prefer like actually like touching the pads versus maybe on a computer? Like, what do you have a preference?
I think it depends, like, sort of where I am. If I'm maybe like on the train or I'm trying to just sort of like do things quickly, then yeah, it's easier on my laptop, but it's nicer to use the hardware, definitely.
Nice.
See, you know what's cool? Like, I feel like I've been saying this for the past couple of years, and it's this thing I call like a renaissance, meaning going back to yesteryear, but in a cool way. Meaning, I think pandemic times and recently we've gotten away from tangible things. So, like you saying, like so touching the pads, like there's a certain feel to that. You're feeling the music. I mean, and listen, you can make dope music anyway, but we're getting back to obviously you have records. For a long time, unless you were DJ, people didn't have vinyl. People didn't have
Nope.
cassettes or any of this
Or even record
tangible.
players. Most people don't even have. Everybody had record players at one point. Now everybody doesn't have record. I don't have a record player in the house. I just don't.
It's really interesting because I was looking at something on Instagram and they were talking about the idea that, people don't even realize that because they've gotten so focused on streaming that they don't even own any music. They actually don't own it. So Spotify just decides to take the song off, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's just gone. And so it's really the fact that you have these vinyl records and the fact that even more new vinyl is getting made and that you have something that you can actually hold on to, and once you own it, it's yours, and then you have all these secret weapons that nobody else has because
Yeah, and I get to actually, when I play records, I can actually feel the beats. And on SoundCloud, I think I've got like 110 playlists of like hundreds of different tracks, but these are so much more personal. Like if you're buying records, you have to know your records inside and out, and it's a way more selective process rather than just picking a song on Spotify or whatever. You have to have a connection with the song, so it feels way nicer having it physically there, like you say.
Okay. I want to ask you something about your high school days. Did y'all have they have high school over there?
Yeah, we have a secondary school.
Secondary school.
Or high school, yeah.
So what were you listening to in high school?
I used to listen to a lot of like spoken word. Yeah, some R&B as well. But I never really connected with music that much, and then I realized once I started raving and getting into house music, that was why. I just hadn't found what I liked yet. So
you interesting. So you were listening to spoken word, and then so like you were into the messaging and the feelings, and you were deep and.
Yeah, that's another reason I don't like pop too much either, and never really have. I feel like it doesn't feel very personal. It's quite repetitive. But yeah, with things like spoken word, there's a message, like you say, and I want my mind to be opened by music, not just be there for the sake of it.
Well, interestingly enough, if you haven't heard of her, you should check out Ursula Rucker. She's from Philadelphia. And she is a pioneer of like spoken word.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And she was actually also like really into like the new jazz broken beat scene and and some house stuff and everything like that. Your dad might even have some. She might have been on some drum and bass stuff as well. So you.
Yeah, nice.
Ursula Rucker, just check her out.
I'll check her out.
We were label mates, Hollis. We were label mates.
Yeah.
She was on She was on K7. She was on
nice,
K7.
Nice. Yes.
I worked with her in the telephone company, so we worked next to each other as operators.
Yeah, and she's got like murals up in Philadelphia. Like just another thing you should know about Philadelphia. I believe Philadelphia has the most murals of any city in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Jill Scott just got hers in front of city. Jill Scott just got hers not too long ago.
Yeah.
They got another one coming up. They're putting up one tomorrow of the ice cream man with the hat. What's going on?
Yeah, we have a meme guy. We Philadelphia has a new meme guy. I think that's how you say it. Meme guy.
Just look up ice cream crossing guard. You will not be disappointed. Ice cream crossing guard.
We got to represent for Philadelphia. So were you hanging around with like your crew? Did you have like a crew that you hang out with and y'all were listening to spoken word together and stuff like that?
Yeah, I would say me and my friends had like similar music tastes when I was in school. A lot of people like would sort of have they went through an indie phase. As you could guess, they just randomly decided to start listening to indie music, and then their whole personality was indie and stuff. Like one of my friends, Maddie, she went through one of those phases, and now she listens to jungle. So yeah, we've all kind of been through the motions and figured out what we like and don't like and stuff. And I'm pretty sure now of what I did.
I'm pretty sure.
She's like, I said, I got it out my system. Now I've settled on my.
Yeah.
And was there different groups of people like into different things? Like, was there like goth kids in your high school and or emo? Is that just, I don't know if that's the same thing? Goth emo kids and the hip hop guys.
I feel like that's quite an American thing. Like the film Mean Girls comes to mind, where they walk through the canteen and there's that table with this person and this group of people.
Yeah,
But
this is what I'm asking you. I want to know about this. What was it like in high school?
yeah, so I think like for me in the UK, there wasn't like as big of like a dramatic divide, but yeah, there were little groups of people who listened to different things. But I don't think anybody at that time really knew what they really did like. I'd be at house parties singing Oasis and indie music because everybody else was. So yeah.
Okay.
It was kind of a bit of a mix, but everyone just sort of went with what was trendy at the time.
Interesting. See, but this is the part of the pop culture because we had. I remember seeing like when I was in high school, we had like this one kid who was into this band. I didn't know about it at the time, but do you know what straight edge is? Do you have you heard of this? It's like it's a subculture. Excuse me, based around like hardcore music, and you would see these kids and they would have like this X marked on their hand, and it means that they didn't drink, they didn't smoke, they didn't do any drugs, and it was just like he was like the only one in the school though, but like I'm sure when he was outside of the school, he had a whole little straight edge crew, or like the skater kids, like kids that were into skateboarding. And kind of there was like a separation between these people. Like there would be a little overlap, but everybody had their core crew.
Metalheads, like there was everything. Yeah, there was. When I was in school, like you said, we had the hardcore guys. Then you had the guys who were straight edge. Mm-hmm. Then you had like heavy metal. Then you had the hip hop guys. Like we had so many different subgenres of groups in school.
But it's great to hear that there was like they were more together. Like you still.
Yeah, like you said, I don't know what they were doing outside of school, but inside, yeah, everybody kind of listened to the same stuff, kind of did whatever they felt was cool, that sort of thing. So yeah, there wasn't that too much of a divide, but yeah, I probably listened to like indie music. Some people I know would listen to like bassline or like some heavier stuff or a bit of rock, but yeah, there wasn't that too much difference from what I can remember. Yeah.
And there's a couple things you're saying we don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what baseline is. Like,
you don't know baseline.
You say baseline, we think of a song by Mantronix. That's
Mantronix. I'm thinking of a 1985 song.
I can't.
You mentioned Mean Girls. So how did the movies that were big here translate over? Did you like? What did you guys think of Mean Girls when you saw it? Did you have people like mimic that behavior? You said they didn't have cliques like that, but did you how did you guys get our movies that came over there like that?
There were some cliques. Like I think you were either cool or you weren't.
That's everywhere. Yeah, that's everywhere.
Yeah. Or you'd have like people who were a bit more into studying, or the popular people, and then everyone in between. Yeah.
Okay.
What was the question?
About the movies that came over, like the movies that came over. What did you guys, like Mean Girls? And I'm trying to think what other, because you're way younger than us. What other kind of movies? Like
what's her name? Clueless and all of this stuff.
Clueless. Yeah.
Yeah, we love stuff like that. Like a lot of TV growing up was like Disney Channel or like American films, and so we had like a lot of American TV growing up. There's kind of another bit of a divide as well. Like if you grew up in England in like the 2000s, you'd either watch like Disney Channel, or you'd watch like Nickelodeon and things like that, or you'd watch more like BBC, like British kids TV, and you can always tell who watched which one.
You can tell you can tell what they watch, but okay.
You know what? That's also funny for us in our age growing up. We used to watch like public PBS channel, and they would show shows from the UK. So
Oh.
with us, it was kind of like if you were up on certain shows in the UK, it's like you were cooler. You were either different or cooler than a lot of people. So you'd be like, "Hey, I watch the young ones," or "I watch this," and like even like Doctor Who, like everybody didn't watch this type of stuff. So if you watch Benny Hill or Monty Python, these were shows, but there was a certain UK humor was different than us, a little more highbrow, a little bit more, to me, more funny and skilled. But if you were into that, you were a totally different type of person, but cooler.
I would say like the last, outside of like the Netflix stuff, because now everything just comes from everywhere or whatever. I would say maybe the last big show was Absolutely Fabulous.
What will you drink if you stop drinking? I should drink water. It's a mixer, Patsy. We have it with whiskey. I don't know what it's like. I mean, you've given up drinking before. Worst 8 hours of my life.
Oh, I love that show. I
She's gonna say,
stumbled
what
upon
is-
that in the
what is-
90s, and it was the craziest show I had ever seen. I just like, what? And Eddie was the greatest. I thought she was the coolest white lady on TV I had ever seen. I thought she
I've
was
never
the
seen
coolest.
that.
You never
Oh
saw
my!
it?
No, I'm saying she's
Watch-
gonna be like, we don't watch that.
Yeah, so this is before your time.
This was the 90s.
No, I mean this was before your time. Like Bay, you're
I can remember my mum going to the cinema to watch, I think, the second one, but my mum loves it, but I've never watched it.
the TV. It was a TV show too, though, right?
Yeah. They came out with a movie a couple years ago. They did a full movie. I want to say maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's before me.
Yeah, y'all gotta come on, man. You gotta stop dating yourself, man.
Oh my god, this is really interesting.
Well, you
What
figure
is
Doctor Who was spanned generation. Doctor Who was on in the 70s, the 80s, and now they have a new Doctor Who. So I mean, it's been, they just been going on.
What was that? I never watched it. Skins? Is this a
Yes, yeah, Skins. Yeah, that's such a classic.
okay?
Of British television. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know anything about it besides the name. I just heard of it.
Let me find out you got some kids out there, Hollis. You ain't telling us about some kids. I don't even know.
And the best thing I like about British or UK shows is it's not 30 shows. It's 4 shows and the season's done. It's not 72 episodes. It's bang, 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 bang. It's over with. It's over with.
Oh, what's this show? You know what show I like that? I don't know if they did a whole new series, but I love the guys with the Corrupt FM, the guys with the fake radio.
Oh, people just do nothing.
MC Grinder.
Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Leaving every MC down on the floor. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Leaving every MC down on the floor.
Love that show.
Yes.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's such a good show.
MC Grinder. I love that. Love that. I love that show.
They always DJ at this club called Hidden in Manchester. I don't know if they live here, but they're always DJing there, which is really cool.
Oh, have Hollis, you seen that? Chuck, you seen that?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you can find it on YouTube. It's the best show. It's the best show.
Okay.
People,
All
it's like people just do nothing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great show. Hollis, you'll get because it's all like it's like a pirate, radio station.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
these DJs trying to make it, and it's funny.
It's a funny show. It's a real funny show.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
And I guess because I'm sure you have other things to do besides hanging out with us. Do you do you, what about fashion? Are you into fashion at all? Like, did you have some?
Kind of as much as maybe the next person. Yeah, I'm not super clued up, but I know what I like to wear.
So okay, so there wasn't a style that like you when you were like you didn't wear like a scarf and a beanie when you were into the spoken word, nothing like this. Like no, what do they call it? The French joint. What is this thing? This hat?
Beret?
Yeah, did you
Beret?
wear a beret when you were listening to spoken word?
Um, no.
You ain't have no clothes to go with
She said,
your music.
no.
What is going on here?
She was listening to it. She didn't have to dress up. She knew what she liked. She didn't have to let everybody else know about. I'm wearing a beret, so you know I'm into the spoken word. She didn't feel a need to do that.
No? Okay.
Yeah, my style was kind of all over the place. I wouldn't say I wore like a specific thing, but yeah.
I think it's more so our generation that did that. You know, we were b-boys. You had to know. You had to know I was a b-boy. When house music came on, you had to have the clamshell chain and the flower print shirt and the double soles, rubber shoe. And when you had to let people know what you was into, just thinking so they can look at you and see, oh, he's in the house music. That was you just knew he's in the house music. What she's saying is she didn't need to do that.
But what about these? There is two cultures that I'm aware of. Like, what is it? These shufflers? Like, is this did they do this shuffle dance?
Yeah. You should look at Rave Scene on Instagram. It's these guys that live like in Manchester near me, and they do like videos to different house songs shuffling. You also find a lot of people shuffling who listen to bassline, which I was telling you about, like UK bassline. Okay. You'll see what I mean if you listen to UK bassline. Okay, that's the type of music you will see people shuffling to.
I'll do some homework. I got homework now.
I'm really like intrigued by like Vogue dancing.
Okay.
And, like in New York where they do the Vogue like ballroom competition.
It was serious. They were real, and they had competitions and stuff. I mean, it was real.
I'm obsessed. I really the energy that you get from watching those videos is insane. I really would love to go to like a New York ballroom competition. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, nice. So you saw this movie? What is it? Paris is Burning. Is that the Vogue movie? What? I mean, the ballroom. What was the documentary?
Is it Paris is Burning? The Vogue?
I thought like it was about this ballroom, about the ballroom scene. Like,
yeah, it looks like it could be.
Yeah. So
yeah.
You might check it out. The other scene that I know about, and maybe this is too old for you, the Northern Soul scene.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely making a comeback here. Like you'll see a lot of people doing Northern Soul nights. I've only heard about it recently, like the last year or so. I don't think it was really a thing, but it's definitely becoming like a trendy thing here now.
Yeah. My understanding of the Northern Soul scene is it's about having these parties where they're playing like old records that weren't necessarily hits, but from the from the 60s and the 70s, 60s, mainly the 60s and 70s. I think mainly the 60s probably. Like kind of rare soul records and
like Howlin' Wolf and stuff like that.
No, the rare, like
Wow, even rarer than Howlin' Wolf.
Yes, and my mom has one of these records. Like my mom made one of these records. Like she has a hit classic Northern Soul record that she recorded when she was 18 years old, like on her birthday. And this is how I even know about the Northern Soul scene, because my mom used to have this, remember when they used to record the records with like the acetates, and they would just like record directly onto the record,
Right.
and so she what?
I just want to ask a question.
What?
Have you sampled your mom's record?
No, but I
Why
tell
don't-
you, I scratched
why
the
don't
hell
you
out
do-
of it.
Why don't you do that and make a whole new thing?
Why
Guys.
not? Come on. You got 3 people here. 1, 2, 3, all looking at you going, why?
Take it easy.
Well,
You gonna make Eastern Soul. You gonna make Eastern Soul.
Listen, you didn't even let me finish telling the story. You ain't even.
I apologize.
Relax for a second. So she recorded the song, and it was like the 12. I mean, like the 7-inch, like the 45 record was in like the sock drawer forever. And then I found it, and before I had my own turntables, I she had the little like mini stereo system, and I'd be like scratching on her record, you know what I mean? And I happened to be in Montreal one day many years later, and I was like telling someone about this record, and then I went online. And I was like, maybe someone actually recorded it, because she went to the studio to record a demo, right? Like to do the session vocals for it or whatever. And then after I told this girl the story, I was like, I went and looked it up online to see if the song had ever came out. And then I started seeing in these forums, everybody telling these stories about this song with the same name as my mom's, the song that my mom sang. And they were talking about no one knows who sang it, they were speculating over who was the singer and everything. And they even talked to the guy who produced it, and he was like, and my mom had told me the story. She was like, after she did this, she was 18. My grandmother was like, I want you to sing gospel. I don't want you getting into,
secular music. Secular music.
So it turns out that someone had posted it on YouTube, and I listened to it for the first time, and it's totally my mom's voice or whatever. So I'm going crazy, and so I was like, then I got into the forums. I started like writing to people and talking to them, and letting everybody know that it was my mom or whatever. And then I had to find, and we looked for this record for like a good 2 years, the original one that was in the sock drawer. And then the record label that I work for, Sonar Collective, then it was re-released. Like we cleaned it all up, re-released the record, and yeah, it's hold on.
A few moments later.
This is the repress of it.
Wow.
It's called World of Happiness, right? And I even brought back, this is like the original one from when she recorded it when she was 18 years old. The one, yeah.
Wow.
So
Crazy. They're wondering who sang it. Oh yeah, it's my mom.
Listen,
Yeah, that's crazy.
you come up with this story, you're gonna be the ice cream guy by the end of the week.
This is gold. That's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Gold. Yeah.
That's a Seinfeld reference. I don't know. That's a Seinfeld reference. I don't remember.
But in any event, this is how I discovered the Northern Soul scene or whatever. And I found out that it was this whole thing with there's like tons of people out there that did this kind of thing where they recorded one song. They had no idea that people are over in England, dancing with their bell bottoms on or whatever their shoes. Because there's clothing that goes with it, right? Everybody.
What was that? Was that for me?
No, yeah, that's for you, because is this true? I mean, I guess she doesn't go to these parties, or she's just discovering it or whatever. But like, I think it was a big thing, maybe like Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting how old you are. This is you were too when the Northern Soul thing was bigger was maybe in the early 2000s. Then
Yeah.
it kind of died down, and then maybe it's coming up again. All right, listen. Okay, guys, y'all over it. Take it easy. Take it. Hold the juice, please.
Yeah, I've not been to any of the Northern Soul parties, but yeah, they're getting pretty trendy right now.
Yeah, but and actually you could probably throw some like retro parties with your father's collection or whatever. Like
Yeah, I actually did a 6-hour vinyl set back to back my friend, and it was mostly
Wow.
my dad's records. Yeah, that was pretty fun, and I've got some sets coming up as well where I've got some specific records of his that I want to play, so that was really cool.
6 hours?
6 hours back to back, so not 6 hours on my own, but
Okay.
6 hours. Yeah.
I just played on Saturday. I played for 3 hours, and I was like, I need a nap. I can't. I'm used to I used to play longer when I was younger, but now 2 years, like everybody's now, I want to play the longer sets because you can take the people on the journey or whatever. And I'm just like, I just want to take you on a short trip. That's just quick little round the block.
I'm not doing the journey. I'm doing the excursion, a short 2 hour trip.
Yeah.
Keep it okay. All right. So you did this. You played in the club, obviously. Did you record it or?
No, we didn't record it, unfortunately. I feel like I feel a bit of pressure when I'm recording. I might mix perfectly in my room, and then I set the camera up, and suddenly I'm like, yeah. It's like I know that it's there, so it puts me off.
Yeah. You see this? This it's called horror. Where it looks like everybody's in the bathroom DJing.
Yeah, I really want to DJ there.
I played there last year. This was the most nerve-wracking thing I ever did in my life. It was like, because you mess up, it's there forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Pressure. It's the pressure.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And all my mixes was shaky. I was like, I ain't trying no tricks. I'm just playing. That's it.
Yeah.
On my next song.
What are you gonna say?
I made a vision board. It's right here, actually, like a little collage of things that I want to achieve this year, and Horberlin's actually on there. So
nice.
We'll see what happens. But yeah,
well, we'll talk. Maybe I don't have any personal connections there, but I know some other people that might be able to arrange it.
Yeah, well, they've got a competition going right now as well, so I'm gonna enter, see what happens. But yeah, bucket list, dream venue, maybe.
Nice. Okay, guys. Did you have any more questions?
No, I enjoyed this, man.
This was very entertaining. I really enjoyed this.
I feel old and young at the same time. Old because there's a lot of references and things she didn't get, but young because she put me on some new things. So
I just feel old. So I'm not young at all. I just feel old. So he's both. I'm just old. I feel old.
Nice.
I feel young.
Yeah. As you should.
Yeah. You resemble that remark.
So, where can people find you?
So my Instagram is BayDJ __. My TikTok's on the screen, BayDJ MCR.
Mm-hmm. Nice. And you have
I follow on both. Not a big TikTok guy, but I do follow you on TikTok and I do follow you on Instagram.
I got you back as well.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, cool. Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us and helping us understand what's going on. Like, you made us a tiny bit cooler. Like, We know a
Or
little
she can
something
say,
about
I made these three guys feel old as dirt.
you know. Well, there was. Do you know who Carl Cox is? At least.
Yeah, Carl Cox is from the same town in Manchester that I'm from.
Okay.
Wow. See that? See that?
Okay. So at least,
See?
you know. All right. Cool. So there's a little overlap. I know who Carl Cox is also. I'm in the fabric. You know what I mean?
Basically the same age then.
Yeah. You know.
Wow. She ain't playing with y'all. She not playing. She not playing. No playing involved when she talking. She's not playing with y'all.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and you're totally welcome to come and unless you had some questions for us or anything like, or you know.
No, it'd be really nice to be back and talk some more with you guys. I had a really good time.
Oh, I would love that. We got to do that. We got to do that.
Listen, bring your dad back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be nice.
That would be cool. Cool. Yeah. So maybe one of the days we go live. We can arrange it so that you can just pop on with us or whatever. I'm sure people would love to hear about your experiences and you know.
Oh, thanks, guys, and thanks for having me as well. It's been really
thanks for coming. We really appreciate it.
It was fun. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Ciao.